Hello, good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Hello, good morning, everyone. Can anyone type a message in the chat box whether I am audible? Whether my voice is clear? Hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. So, last week, I've taken one more seminar on Google Meet and Google Classrooms. So, I spoke to many faculties regarding Google Classroom and Google Meet, and they have given a lot of inputs, and they have come up with some of their problems which they want me to solve. So, the first problem which they told me is like, how do we, mute students actually, because there are many students, they will disturb when we start a Google Meet. So how do we stop exactly? In Zoom, we do have these features of to mute all these students. So do we have this kind of features in Google Meet? Exactly, we don't have this kind of features, but we can work out on this actually. So there's one option, one thing which is there in Google Meet, which is called as streaming of a Google Meet. Now, what exactly is like a streaming of a Google Meet actually? It's like a YouTube, when you stream a video. So when you stream a video on YouTube, I guess no one disturb you actually, This only audience just listen to you, and they won't disturb you actually. But then streaming has its advantage and disadvantage also, which I'll explain you. What is the advantage of if you go for a streaming, and what are the disadvantage if you go for a streaming actually. So let me explain you how do we do a streaming of a Google Meet or video. So exactly, you can see here from here, when you click on this link will start your Google Meet, but we won't be clicking on the Google Meet right now exactly. What we are going to do is like now we'll start a streaming of a video. How do we start a streaming of a video? Okay, so before that, I'll explain you some of the extension which I've used here. The first extension which I've used is called cursor highlight. Now look at this cursor highlight. It's a very cool tools. Okay, so I'm clicking here. Let's see if it's working. Perfect. Sometimes it takes time to start. Okay, fine. So now I'll click on the Google Apps. Now I am just explaining you how do we start how do we stream a video. So click on calendar here. Yeah, very important. Yeah, so click on calendar here. What I'll do, I'll create a event here. So I'll click on create button here. Okay, I'll type something, maybe my class, which is maybe sample test, and then I'll click on add Google Meet video conferencing here. Okay, and then I'll go to the more option here. Okay, now can you see this join with Google Meet? Now can you see this arrow here? I'll click here, and we'll click on add live stream. We'll click on add live stream here. Now you can see there's one stream here, live stream link, and after this I'll click on save button here. Okay, now see this, I've created one event here, and this event will start right now exactly at 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. So again click on this event here, and you can see this watch live stream here, and I'll copy this live stream here. Okay, and I'll go to my Google Classroom and I'll post my live stream here. Maybe my lecture will start. Lecture will start at 11:30 a.m. p.m. whatever, and the link is okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just posting a link in my Google Classroom to the students. Okay, so I'll post here. Posting. Okay, fine. So student will come to know that there is a lecture at 11:30 a.m. and the link of the streaming is given here. Now, what exactly the streaming is? So I'll start the streaming. Maybe I have one more. I have one email ID which is my personal email ID. I'll be acting as a student, and I have one ID which is my college ID, which will be acting as a teacher. So this link, copy here, and I'll go to. Yeah, fine. So this is my personal email ID, which will be acting like a student, and this is not college email ID. I mean, this is not statistical ID. This is my personal email ID, gmail.com, because most of the students, I mean, all the students will be having their personal email ID. They won't be having a college email ID. So I'll paste the link here and start a streaming here. So maybe it will ask me to sign in. Okay, fine. I'll sign in again here. Okay, fine. Now the student will see this window here. Okay, he waiting for streaming to begin, please stand by. So I haven't started streaming right now. It's same as like YouTube actually. Okay, so waiting for streaming to begin, please stand by. Now I'll go to my main Google Classroom and I'll click here and I'll start streaming here. It takes some time. It takes some time to start stream. So I'll wait for some time. Okay, fine. So I got sample test here. Sometimes it takes some time actually to start stream. Maybe I've given the time 11:30 a.m. I'll change the time actually so that you can start. Just working on it. Just wait for some time. Okay, fine. So I guess there's some technical error, but I'll tell you exactly what happened actually. So when you start this, you'll get a Google Meet link here. This is a Google Meet link, and this is a streaming link. Okay. So in a streaming, what happened exactly in a streaming? When a stream start, student cannot disturb you exactly. I mean, the disadvantage of streaming is like you won't able to see how many students have joined your or you're looking at or seeing your video actually. So this is a disadvantage of streaming, but the advantage of streaming is like no, you can conduct your lecture without you can conduct your lecture and student won't disturb you. It's like a YouTube only. Okay, so let me start. If the streaming started, I'm just waiting for stream to start. Okay, fine. Uh, let's no, it takes some time to start because I'm starting the streaming for the first time. So if you start streaming for the first time, it takes some time. So once the stream starts, and then I'll explain you how to know how it looks actually. So then I'll first after this I'll explain you exactly how do we. There are many faculty came to me and they asked me they don't have any camera on their laptop and for teachers like mathematics the teachers like who teach maths or some teachers will solve sums. So what approach here, the best idea which I have come across is like using some software. The software is called as DroidCam here. You can see this software here, DroidCam. Now what is the advantage of DroidCam is like DroidCam makes your mobile camera as your web camera. Again repeat, DroidCam make your mobile camera as your web camera. Okay, so this is useful in two ways. In your laptop or in your desktop, if you don't have a web camera, then your mobile camera will be acting like a web camera. And the second thing, suppose you want to solve some sums on your notebook and you want the student to see this. Okay, in this case we can use a DroidCam also. So for this you need to download a software called DroidCam app. This is a software here which you need to download and install on your desktop. Simultaneously, you need to install a DroidCam on your mobile also. So there's two software, one for the Windows, your okay. So in mobile you can find it from your Play Store, and from Windows you can install here. So I installed on my mobile also, and I installed on my desktop also. So let me start DroidCam. Let's see how it works actually. So once you start DroidCam, starting time. Okay, okay. Okay, fine. So this is my DroidCam. I've started my DroidCam software here. Now look at this. Here, this is a Wi-Fi. You can connect using either using a USB or using a Wi-Fi. Now make sure that when you start use your laptop and your mobile should uh, same network. It should be like this, no? That you starting your mobile data from Vodafone and your laptop using a Wi-Fi connections. It won't be possible to connect DroidCam. Make sure that either using same network. Now this is a IP which I get it from my when let me explain you again here. I'm starting a DroidCam. Okay, fine. So I install a DroidCam on my uh, mobile, and when I click on DroidCam, I'll get my mobile Wi-Fi IP address. Okay, this Wi-Fi address I put here. Look at this here, device IP address, and then I start my camera here. Now look at this. Now I've started Droid camera here. Now this is a notebook here. I guess let me see whether is everything's working fine. Yeah, everything's working fine. I guess. Okay. So yeah. So now let me explain it. Now I hold my mobile camera like this, and I'll solve some sum here. A equal to 5, B equal to 6. Maybe my pen is not working actually. Let me see. Yeah. A equal to 5, B equal to 6, and then C equal to A plus B. Okay. And then you can print it. So that means you can solve a sum on your notebook and your student can see actually. because sometimes we require to some solve some mathematical sums, or you need to do dot diagram. We do have Jamboard and Canvas, but many faculty told me that they are not comfortable using Jamboard and Canvas, because here there you are supposed to use your mouse, but here you can write on your using your pen actually. So this is very cool app that is called DroidCam client. Again, I'll repeat this two software. Once you need to install on your desktop, and one you need to install on your mobile. Okay, and then click on the software which is there on desktop, and click on the software which is app which is there on your mobile. Copy the IP address which you get from your mobile device on the IP address which is there on your desktop, and then start. Okay, and then start your rear camera and start solving the sum here. Uh, okay, so it's a very amazing app actually, and a faculty can do one thing. They can find some device somewhere which they can hold your mobile. Now I'm holding my this mobile from my hand actually. Sometimes it's difficult to know, just holding a mobile from one hand and then writing on a notebook actually. Or otherwise you can just for kidding, you can just take someone help from your family members, no, just hold your mobile. Okay, or you find some device actually, no, some wooden device, and keep your mobile there exactly somewhere which you find out, and then start solving the sum actually. Okay, so yeah, fine. So this is a Droid camera which I've started. This is my rear camera, very amazing app. Okay, this link is there. If you want the link of Droid camera, or you exactly want a software, if you're not able to find the software, so what I've done actually, uh, you can join my class here. Okay, you can join my class here, and I have uploaded the Droid camera software here, and you can download it. So this is my class code. A faculty can join this by typing this, and once you type this, once you join my class, so in the class I've uploaded the software. This software which I uploaded is for only for desktop actually, and you can find out from the Play Store for your mobile. Okay, so copy this code, and you can download the software, DroidCam software. Okay, so I'll stop my DroidCam here now and move to the next section, which I'm going to explain right now. Is there any questions here regarding this DroidCam? I'm just seeing your chat here. Yeah. So is there any question regarding DroidCam? Okay, I'm just waiting for your question actually. I guess there's no question regarding DroidCam. Okay, fine. So I'll stop my DroidCam here. Okay, so next section which I'm going to explain you. Many faculty told me the students have their personal email ID, and we are making a class using a college email ID, that's SLRTCE.in. So whenever, suppose we have 60 students, and when 60 students joins your Google Meet, students, so that means there are six. If there are 60 students, so we need to click on we need to click 60 times to admit each students. So how can we overcome this problem exactly? So we can overcome this problem. So I'll tell you example actually what exactly it means actually. So if there is a Meet here, this is a Google Meet here, and I've started a Google Meet, and I'll copy this link actually. Okay, and as a student, I'm a student here exactly. I'll copy the link here, and I'll click here. So right now I'm into student window, and I am joining a class. So I'll request a teacher. I request a teacher to allow me to join a class. So I'll click here, ask to join here, and fine. So I'll get a message. Someone is trying to join a class. Okay. So someone is trying to join the class. Close the dialog box. Okay, fine. Now look at this. Pravin Jangid is outside your join the class. So it has automatically joined my class without admitting. How is it possible actually? How is it possible that someone automatically join my class? Within the organization is very easy. It's like no. If one faculty has an email ID SLRTCE.in and he or she create a class, and another faculty can join automatically. But someone which is outside the organization, previously we need to admit that. But without admitting, automatically the person join the class. So how it possible? So it is possible by using a one extension which is called as uh, the Meet Auto Admit. Now look at this Meet Auto Admit. So when you install this extension and activate this, it will automatically admit, it will automate any students outside your organizations. So personally, you don't have to click on admit every time actually. Okay. So this is Meet Automate Admit. So if faculty, I don't know, if some faculty want to join my class automatically, I'll share this my link actually here in the Google YouTube link, and they can join my Google Meet actually. So I'm just posting in chat box. But make sure that if you want to join, then join using your personal email ID, not from your college email ID. Okay, so automatically you will be joining into my in my Google Meet. I don't have to admit you. I don't have to click on the admit button. Okay, suppose you are taking class for 100 students, so automatically the 100 students will join. This is the major problem which the faculty was facing actually. And now the solution is like, again I'll repeat, the solution is like you need to install a extension called as Meet Auto Admit. Okay, I like Meet Auto Admit. Okay, fine. Yeah, I guess someone joined actually. Meet Auto Admit here. I'll increase the font here. Okay, it's not yeah. So this is an extension Meet Auto Admit. Will automatically admit all the students in your class. Okay. Let me see if anyone has questions here. Okay. Yeah. Hemangi,
Hello.
Hemangi ma'am, can you mute? Can you mute? Can you mute? Okay, fine. Can you mute yourself? Usha Bag ma'am have joined. Okay, so automatically they have joined each other. Don't join using your SLRTC account. Okay, yeah. So they automatically are joining. They automatically are joining actually. Look at this. Make sure don't join using your college ID. Join using your personal email ID. Okay, because your students will be using your personal email ID. Okay, Aditya sir has joined. Okay, yeah, fine. So everyone has joined actually. Abhijit Somnath sir has joined. Make sure that you use your personal email ID. Okay, so yeah, you can see now. Automatically is admitting. I am not clicking on any button now. Okay, Durgesh Pal sir outside SLRTC joined. Yes, Durgesh Pal sir has joined. Agni Mishra ma'am has joined. Mangi ma'am, Tag madam have joined. Okay, so this is very cool feature actually. The people can join without without you admitting actually. Okay, uh, now the next question asks. Aditya Desai sir has asked me actually, that in the last lecture I've given something, how do we mute student actually. So what I explained in the last lecture, when I explained you about muting something, that mute yourself actually. It doesn't mute all the students. So to mute all the students, there is one more app, one more extension which is called as Mute All on Meet. Mute All. So Maheshri ma'am has joined. Okay. So now I'm going to mute everyone exactly. So the app extension name is Mute All on Meet. You can see this Mute All on Meet. Exactly. Now look at this. Google Meet Mute has accessed this site, and if I click on this, actually, let me click Mute All on Meet. Okay. Now look at this Mute All on Meet. The moment I click on mute, I'm muting everyone now. Okay, that means look at this 13 faculties or 13 faculty. Everyone is mute now. Okay, everyone has muted actually. I can mute from by clicking on this extension which is called as Mute All on Meet. So now I want all the faculty, it can type on the chat box what are the two extensions I have explained you. Okay, first, what are the two extensions which I have explained you? How do I admit all the students automatically? Can you type on the in your chat box? Okay, How do I admit all the students automatically? What is the name of the extension? What is the name of the extension which admit all the students automatically? Can you type on the chat box? Yeah. Emmanuel, thank you. Mute auto admit. Like madam said, auto admit. Okay. And second is mute all on mute. Okay. So these are two very important extensions which we can use for conducting a Google Meet. Now, very important question is like, no, I mean, faculty are getting into this. I can Abhijit Somnath sir's web camera has been started. Okay, fine. Now, the problem with this is you can mute all these students from your end, but student can unmute from their end. Suppose Abhijit Somnath, no, he unmute himself. So what I have to do again? Again, I have to click over here exactly on a mute all button. Okay, so first thing you advise or request your student to make sure that they doesn't unmute themselves. Okay, Abhijit Somnath sir, I can see your video actually. Yeah, Abhijit Somnath sir, I can see your video here. Okay, fine, perfect. I can see the video of Abhijit Somnath sir. Okay, so uh, point is that no, you suppose a student, suppose in a class of some four students unmute themselves. So again, you need to click here on the button. You have to click on the mute button and make sure that you unmute yourself actually, because when you click on this button, it mute everyone, including you also. So make sure that after clicking on this button, you unmute yourself. Otherwise, student won't able to listen to you. So this is one very cool extension which mute every faculty here. Okay, maybe everyone, yeah, including you also. So make sure that after clicking on this button, you unmute yourself. Otherwise, student won't able to listen to you. Exactly. So this is one very cool extension which mute every faculty here. Okay, fine. Maybe everyone, yeah, including you also. So make sure that after clicking on this button, you unmute yourself. Okay, so Aditya Desai sir, I think you have unmuted yourself. So again, I'll click on this button. Okay, fine. So you can mute here. Now, next feature I'm going to explain you regarding streaming here. Now, look at this. Can you see this start streaming here? Start streaming here. Okay, so I'll click on start streaming here, and it will start my streaming here. Maybe take some time. The organizers schedule meeting to be streamed. This is I'm muting you personally. Yeah. Okay, let me start. It's working. Okay. So I guess if anyone has questions here, no. Meet all, meet, auto admit, and no one has a question here. Yeah. So now, so when you start streaming now, so what I explain you is regarding Google Meet. So there are two different things. One is Google Meet, and second thing is streaming actually. This is a Google Meet link, and this is a streaming link. Okay. So what you can do is like, no, you can start your lecture using a streaming, where you don't have to mute anyone. I mean, just like you can just remove the headache of muting or unmuting any students. But the disadvantage is that you won't able to see any which students are watching your video or So you start your streaming here, and after 40 minutes, once you are done with your lecture, then you start a Google Meet link here. In this Google Meet link, you can see all the students, and you can take the attendance, or you can just like solve the doubt of a students, or any students have any doubt or something they want to ask you. Okay, so how it works actually? First, you have simultaneously you have to do two things. First, you start a stream. Okay, after streaming, once the streaming start, okay, and then stop the streaming and then start a Google Meet. Okay, so now what now I have started is like a it's a Google Meet. It's not a streaming here. Okay, so I'll close here. Let me. I guess my PC got hang. Let me see if we can start a stream. I've changed the time actually. Let me check the time. Maybe it's 11:37, 11:45 a.m. 24 July. Save this. Okay. So you get a two link here. One is Google Meet link and second is streaming link. Okay. So I copy the streaming here. Okay. So it takes some time to start streaming actually. And once you start, you will see this window here. Start streaming here. Okay. So once you click on start streaming, your streaming will start, and you won't be see any of the students here in streaming. You won't be see any students. You will see yourself only, that you are just giving a lecture. You won't see any students here. Okay. So after you have completed your lecture, stop streaming, and then after stopping your streaming, start a Google Meet link and click on Google Meet link and start having a conversation using Google Meet. So you will post this link also in your classroom. Okay. So you will in class, you can say that students to join Google Meet after streaming has finished. After streaming has finished. Okay. Uh, at maybe suppose you start a lecture at 11 o'clock, and from 11 to 11:40 you start streaming, and from 11:40 am onwards, use the following link for attendance and doubt session and asking doubt. Okay. And you paste here and post. So what are you going to post? You're going to post two links. One is for Google Meet and one is for streaming. So you start a lecture using a streaming, and then stop the streaming and then start using a Google Meet. Uh, you can start taking lecture without using stream also. If you think that you can control the students and student doesn't mute themselves, unmute themselves while you're taking lectures. Okay, so specifically, for some there are some classes, especially the final year students. So when you start using Google Meet, they might unmute themselves and they can disturb you again. So what I strongly advise, like now, you can use streaming. In streaming, they won't disturb you actually. There's no button called mute and unmute actually. You just deliver lecture, okay, and after delivering the lectures, start a Google Meet link and take the attendance. You can start a conversation with the students. Okay, so fine. So I can see, is there any doubt here? I guess no one has a doubt actually. Fine. Now, very important features which I permission from the higher authority also, and I've spoke to HODs also. Just like Hemangi ma'am last time, she asked me actually, ki what if I want to play a recorded lecture? So we can do this actually. So what you can do exactly? You can do, you can record your lecture. Now, how do I record lecture? Which I already explained you by clicking here, by clicking on recording here. Okay, and start streaming. So you know exactly how do we start streaming here. Record a lecture. So if I click on record meeting here, okay, if I click on record meeting here, my lecture will be recorded here. Okay, as per consent. Okay. So what do you do now? From 24th July to the end of this month, you can record your lectures. Okay, you can record all the lectures which you are going to conduct in August month. Okay, make sure that you record a lecture for 35 to 40 minutes, because the end you need to have a discussion with the students actually. Okay, so you record your lecture. After recording your lecture, after recording a lecture, once you record a lecture, suppose I have recorded lecture and I have stopped the recording now. Okay, I stop recording now. So there will be one file which will be saved on your Google Drive. The recording will be saved to a Pravin Jangid Google Drive. Okay, go to that Google Drive. Okay, go to Google Drive. Okay, and when click on present now, click on your entire screen, okay. I'm clicking on your entire screen here, okay. And when you click on your entire screen, the video which you have recorded, you can just paste here and start playing the video. Actually start playing the video here. So your video will play for 40 minutes. So start once this video is playing, you can do whatever activities you want. Actually, any household things you want. Actually, or to cut vegetables or anything. Okay, this video will go for 40 minutes. Okay, you don't have to do anything actually, but make sure that after your video lecture gets over, okay, so you need to click on stop sharing here. You see this here? Okay, stop sharing here, and again go to here, okay, and then start conversation with the students actually. Okay, fine. Students, have you any doubt whatever I explained you? Okay, or you have any question to ask me? If student doesn't have any ask, either student can post on in a chat box, or personally students, if says, you can unmute the students and student can ask here, and you can solve the doubt. If student doesn't have a doubt, you can just end your conversation in video. So the best part is that you can record your lectures now, and then play in. You can schedule a lecture. So what I'm going to do is like, no, I'll record my around 10 to 15 lectures here in this month only. Okay, and but make sure that you don't record your lecture for 1 hour. Make sure you record a lecture for 40 to 45 minutes and keep 10 to 15 minutes for a question answer session. Okay, very another important features like pin down. Now you can see my screen here. Okay, I click here. Whatever I want, I want to see Aditya Desai. So Aditya Desai is a student, and I want everyone see Aditya Desai. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll click here. Now you can see this. Every students, including me also, will see the Aditya Desai sir screen. So if I ask Aditya Desai sir, okay, explain me something. So Aditya Desai maybe he can start PPT from his end. He can explain anything. Okay, so yeah, you can do this. And if I want to remove Aditya Desai sir, and again I want to make sure that all the students see my screen. So I'll click on my screen. Or if I want Anil Chaturvedi sir's screen should be seen by everyone, so I'll click here. So all the students will see Anil Chaturvedi's video or screen. So this is called pinning up. Okay. So I just click on my screen. So these are the features I explained. I'll again explain you what are the things which I explained you. The first thing which I explained you is streaming of a Google Meet. Why we require? Why do we do streaming of a Google Meet? So that student doesn't disturb us actually. Okay, you can conduct your lectures. Okay, student cannot mute to student cannot unmute. Okay, what is disadvantage? You can't see students. So what is second disadvantage? You can't take attendance. Okay. So how do we overcome this? We use a combination of both streaming and Google Meet. First start streaming and then start a Google Meet. How do we do this? Okay, you can see this two link. This two link you need to post on your class in a classroom. Okay, you can say the students my streaming will start from 10 to 10:40, and from 10:40 to 11 o'clock my Google Meet link will start. If you have a control over class, if you think that the student won't disturb you, maybe there's some faculty who have good control over the students actually, so they can no they can directly start taking lecture using a Google Meet link. They're not necessarily they're required to use a streaming. But there are certain set of students or certain classes some faculty find very difficult. Okay, so they can use a combination of both this streaming and a Google Meet. Okay, second thing I explain you about DroidCam. Why we require DroidCam? So that if you want to solve a sum on your notebook, in your notebook whatever, and you want the student to see this, so you can use a DroidCam. So DroidCam you need to install on your desktop and on your mobile also, which I explain you. So if you want to download the DroidCam, okay, so you can join my class here and you can download the DroidCam for desktop or for a laptop, and then again go to Play Store, download the install the DroidCam. After installing the DroidCam, you open the DroidCam. When you open the DroidCam, it will ask you the IP address. That this device IP address which is there, this will you get when you open a DroidCam from your mobile. Okay, make sure that you are in same network. Okay, your laptop and your mobile should be in the same network. So once you click this, click on start, okay, and then you use your mobile, okay, type or whatever, write in your notebook, explain to the students, and then if you want to start a conversation, stop it, and you can start a conversation or you can take a question answer. Okay, so this is called DroidCam, very important. And then I explain you how do we admit a students. We admit a student using a meet auto admit, which will automatically admit the students. Second thing I explain you is called how do we mute all the students. Okay, so we're using called mute all on meet. This is one extension. Okay, next I'll explain you. You can see this actually. Maybe and yeah, you can see this. My cursor is moving. Behind my cursor there is something. You can see a circle actually. Okay, so what is this exactly? This is called as extension called as cursor highlight. Cursor highlight. You can see this here. Cursor highlight. Okay, so this is one more extension which you can add to your Chrome browser. This is called as cursor highlight. Okay, this is cursor highlight. So yeah, fine. So I'm just, is there any questions? Okay, fine, I'll take the question. Because Somakar sir has asked me, can we speak while video is playing so that I can explain some points shown in the video? Exactly, yeah, because sir, you can speak when video is on. Okay, you just need to unmute your mic. Okay, how can we do this? Like, suppose, because sir, look at this. When video is on, what do? You turn your microphone. So simultaneously your video is going on and you can speak. Ideally, what I do, I make sure that I'll mute my mic and the video is, I'll start playing video. But in when a video is playing and you want to speak also, so you can do this also. You can just like unmute your mic here. Okay. Namrata ma'am asks, so student have to rejoin by clicking on the Google Meet link. Yes, ma'am. So after, see, the student will get a two link. One is a link for streaming, and one is a link for the Google Meet. Okay. So what a student will do? First, click on the streaming link. Okay, and then you the lecture will go for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, you will end the stream. So student will come to know that the teacher has ended the stream, and then student will switch to the Google Meet, because students have to switch on the Google Meet because you take the attendance using Google Meet only. Okay, or if a student have doubt, suppose student doesn't have any doubt, but the student have to switch on to the Google Meet link, because using Google Meet link also you can take attendance. Last lecture I will explain you how do we take attendance. So simultaneously you can do it. But if you have control over the class, so you can use only Google Meet. You don't need to use streaming also. But if you feel that student might disturb you, okay, so you can use streaming. Yeah, fine. Any other questions? Roshan says, won't there be any voice overlapping? No, there won't be voice overlapping. See, in a video, can be, if you are playing a video and you want to speak also, so there will be a voice overlapping. I don't recommend that when you play a video, you record a video, and you start also speaking, there will be a voice overlapping. Okay. What you can do is like, you can stop your video when, okay, you record a video, and when you play your video, you can just stop your video and then you can speak. But don't do this. Advice: don't use this technique, because student will feel that the teachers have recorded a lecture and they are playing a recorded video actually. Okay, so make the student feel that you are just live on live. You are not, you are not playing a recorded video actually here. Okay, so if you do this kind of activities, the student will come to know exactly, okay, you are playing a recorded video and this. So I strongly recommend that, no, when you play a video, make sure that you don't speak anything. You start playing a video and you can do your activities, do your cooking, cutting vegetables, whatever. And after 40 minutes, uh, just you can start conversation with the students using the Google Meet link. In case, even you can play a recorded video using Google Meet also. Okay. Next question. Uh, yeah, Prajakta ma'am, is it possible to share draw it can window and PPT on screen at the same time? Is it possible to share draw it cam and PPT on the screen at the same time? Yes, ma'am. Prajakta ma'am. Okay, fine. Droid, no, it's a Droid cam. Okay. So and PPT on the screen at the same time. Yes, I can tell you exactly how can we how we can do this actually. So to answer the Prajakta ma'am's question actually, let me start a Droid cam again. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. So project ma'am, I started DroidCam here. Okay, and I don't have the MS Office installed in my this laptop. So what I'll do, instead of MS Office, I'll start something else actually. Maybe I'll start this. Okay, okay, fine. So this is my notepad, but feel like this is my PPT actually. So simultaneously, you can write, you can explain using a notebook here. Okay, and simultaneously you can open a PPT here or any notepad here. So simultaneously you can do both the things actually here. I don't have any MS Office installed on my this laptop, so I'm not able to start MS Office here, PPT here. So I've started here, Notepad here. Simultaneously, we can start a DroidCam here and any other application you want to start. Fine. If any questions, yeah, is that answer your question? Dukesh Pal, mute. Faculty, if any other question, any other questions regarding this, I can just otherwise I can move ahead actually. Fine. So I'll again stop my DroidCam here. Okay. So next thing, which I explain you is like yeah. So how do we create an assignment and make a copy for each student? So now in last lecture I explained you how do we create an assignment in Google Classroom here. Now let me see how many people have joined here. Okay, Ragini Mr. Ma'am have joined. Uh, okay, so let me join this. So I'm just copying this, and there's one student which is Pravin Jangid only. This is my I'm using my personal email ID here. I'm joining my class only. So course, I'll explain you what exactly this feature is actually, which I didn't explain you in last lecture. So this is a student, and student is joining a class here, which is outside your organization, using his personal email ID. So yeah, a student joined this. Fine. The student joined this, and student can see the link here. You can see the Google Meet link and the streaming link here. Okay. So the feature which I'm going to explain you, I guess most of the faculty are aware of about this feature, but let me explain you again this. Okay, I go to classroom, create. Okay, I'll create assignment here, sample assignment. I write information here, and last time I explained you about adding something. Now I'll explain you about creating something. Okay, so you can create a document here, or any other assignments, slides, whatever you want to create. Okay, so this document I have created. Okay, now here you can write your assignment or experiment. So suppose you like what is your name? Okay, what is your name? And I've written here. Now look at this. After writing questions in assignment questions, there's three options that student can view the file, student can edit a file, or make a copy for a student. Suppose you are posting something like that, no? You are posting a experiment. Now in the experiment, all the faculties have written the experiment, and they have made a manual of the experiment actually. So in the experiment, aim procedure is the same thing actually, no? Only aim procedure. What student have to do is to write the code and the output. So what you can do is like in this document, you can write the aim procedure and what things which are common, which will remain common for all the students. You can write here and click on make a copy for students. Okay, make a copy for your students. That means if this document, if there are around 55 students, then 55 students will get their individual copy. So student don't have to write again aim procedure uh, apparatus. Okay, whatever. So I'll click on assign here, and it is assigning. Okay, and then I'll go to the student window here. Okay, this is my student window. Yeah, you can see the stream was updated. Okay, I'll click here and I'll click on classwork. Okay, fine. So maybe now this is something I got it. Okay, view assignment. So I'll click on view assignment here. Now look at this very important features. Automatically one copy for student is created here. Okay, so student doesn't have to write what is your name again. Okay, student have to write something. My name is Pravin here. Okay, and then click on the button turn in. And your work is submitted here and in. Okay, got it. Yeah, you can hand in just like got it and click on here. So the assignment is submitted to the faculty here. So I'll go to the faculty window here. Okay, you can see here the student has submitted it actually. Refresh it. So this is, again I'll repeat this very important feature. Why we require to make a copy of each document which we are going to share with the student actually. Where we are going to use this when there's certain something is common, and what is the common thing actually? Assignment, you write the questions, or in experiment. In experiment, you can see this like the aim or the procedure remains same actually. Okay. What student need to do is like student need to paste their code and the output in particular document actually. So you can use this make a copy for each students here. Now, if any students, let me take the questions. Because someone can you speak while video? Menka Singh, make a copy will generate a copy in what location? Menka, location like you can see this like students in is exactly there's no location in. Okay, fine. Let me reload here. Yeah, okay, fine. Student will get copy here. You can see this. So student will get all the copy here. Now this or whatever documents you're seeing here, it will be stored in a Google Drive. Okay. If I go to my Google Drive here, okay, click on my Google Drive. So you'll see all the documents which I have, students have, whether teachers have given uploaded or anything, whatever students have downloaded. You can see in your Google Drive actually. Let me take one more questions. Okay, so yeah, ma'am. Any other questions regarding this? Meet auto admit. Fine. So I guess no one has a question regarding this. Next question is like no, I request all the students or I mean sorry, not students, all the faculty. You can schedule your assignment actually, because and it will automatically post actually. So within this period of 1 week period actually, you can record your lectures. You can schedule assignments. So automatically it will be posted. Suppose you want some assignment to be posted on particular 15th August. Okay, and second assignment you need to post on 20th August. You can schedule your assignment, which I explain you exactly how can we schedule your assignment, and it will automatically posted to the students. Okay. Next thing, Saurabh Saman asked, how can we make multiple subject within one class apart from topic? Okay, fine. Saurabh sir, how can we make multiple subject within one class and apart from the topic? Saurabh sir, what I strongly recommend is like no, multiple subject is like okay, and I'll click here. Okay, now look at this. This is my multiple subject. This is a three subject in which I'm going to teach to my students in this semester. I guess you can see the same name here. Okay, this three subject. I mean, I was assigned three subjects, so I'll be teaching a three subjects. So you can see in my Google Classroom, I can see the three subject here. Okay. Now suppose you want to delete any of the subject which you want. So how can we delete a subject or class which I have assigned to a student? So I'll click on archive button here, archive. After clicking on archive, again I'll click on archive here. Okay, now you can see this one subject. Okay, now it is not deleted actually, it is archived actually. So again, you need to go to this tab here and click on archive classes and delete it. Either you restore or delete. Okay, so it will ask me whether you want to delete. I'll click on the delete. Okay, so I've deleted my class here. Now very important features, like when you delete a class, it won't delete the documents which you uploaded. It only delete the class. The document will be there in your Google Drive actually. You need to go to personally to Google Drive and delete the documents here. Okay, fine. So this is the classes. Let me see if is there any other questions actually. Okay, fine. So Amarnath, will the same mail ID can I create two subjects? Yes, you can create as many subjects as you want actually. You can create n number of subjects actually. I've created now Amarnath sir, I've created two subject here. You can see this web design lab and WDL. Okay, so you can create as many subjects as you want actually. Smita ma'am said, if I'm creating a class using a SLRTCE email ID, students having a Gmail account can join class? Yes, ma'am. Student having a Gmail account can join. This is what I explained you actually. Using a Meet auto admit, student can be admitted automatically. You don't have to. A student doesn't have to. Not necessarily required to have a email ID from a SLRTCE only. Okay, so student can join it. Do let me know if you have any specific problem, Samita ma'am, what problem you are facing actually. Student can join it. There's no problem. Smoothly, student can join it. What you need to do is like make sure that you uh, use the extension called Meet Auto Admit. Okay, the student can automatically admit it. Now it's like when I started my lectures, I have I explained you. I have one email ID called pravinjagid@gmail.com and one email ID is pravin.jangid@slrtc.in. So I allowed Pravin Jagid to join my class. Okay. Menka Singh, yes, same question is asked by Smita ma'am. Yeah, fine. I answer this question actually. Amanat sir, okay, fine. Okay, I can answer. I guess many in fact. Roshan Mr. Sir, I didn't get your question actually. What is many in fact? Fine, okay. So, is there if you have any questions regarding this, whatever I explained you till now regarding Google Meet? Yeah. I don't see any questions here. Okay, fine. So I'll move ahead now. I'll move ahead now. Okay. So next thing which I'll explain you actually now. Very important. I don't know what. Check. Yeah. So how to yeah, very important. How grading will reflect in class? Grading will reflect in a class. Users. It is already there. Swarnab sir. When you submit an assignment, suppose you have one assignment, if you get three assignment or four assignment, you can see actually, for assignment number one, when you click on assignment one, you can see the grading of all the students here, marks of the students. When you click on second assignment, which you given to the students, when you click on second assignment, you will see the marks which the student have, the marks which you have given to the students actually. So you can see this the grading, or like if you have uploaded an experiment and the student have performed an experiment and posted output to you. By seeing after seeing the output, you can give the marks for experiment also. My answer was for Amarnath sir. Okay, fine. Okay. Next thing is like how to schedule a repeating Google Meet and use the same link. Very important. Again, I repeat how to schedule a repeating Google Meet and use the same link. Now, if I go to my classroom here, this is my classroom here. Now you can see this. Every time when I start a lecture, I need to post a link, a new link actually. Okay, new streaming link and new Google Meet link. Okay, you can every time. Suppose tomorrow I'm going to start a lecture. Tomorrow if I have a lecture around 10 o'clock, so I'll create a link. I'll create all the link and I'll post it and I'll schedule it. Okay, so at around suppose I click here and again I'll one thing you can do is this: you can create the link for okay, and tomorrow you can schedule your okay. So in for a full week you can post a link actually. Yeah? So you can create a 7 link if you have lecture around 4 lecture 5 lectures in a week. So what you do is like you create a Google Meet link here and schedule it. Okay. Second option is like, suppose if you have a lecture, but I my lectures like in a week I have 4 lectures from 10 to 11, 10 to 11, 10 to 11. So if this is a scenario, then you can use only one link. Okay. So I'll explain you how can we use this one link actually. Make sure that you have lecture at the same time. Suppose you have lecture at the same time. So in a week, suppose if I have lecture from 10 to 11, so in 3 days I have lecture from 10 to 11, and in remaining 2 days I have lecture from 11 to 12. So I can create only 2 links. I need not to have to create 5 links actually. How can we do this actually? So click on calendar here, Google Calendar. Again, I will go to Google Calendar here. Okay, and suppose this is now make sure that faculty in previously we used to get a person timetable. So you can make this calendar as your person timetable. You just like no click on the create a link here before you your lecture starts. You can just schedule your lectures using Google Calendar. Now look at this important features. Okay, so I have lectures for WDL. I'm taking this subject. Okay, now I'll make sure that WDL lectures. The timing of my lecture every day is from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. If this is a scenario, okay, if this is a scenario, if there is some faculty whose lectures on every day is at the same time, so you can do this thing actually. July 21 to June 21 time zone, and what I'll do does not repeat. I'll click here, and weekly on Tuesday, annually or every weekday. You can see this, or you can customize this every weekday, Monday to Friday. Okay, every weekday, Monday to Friday. Okay, every week, Monday to Friday, and I click on this add Google Meet video conferencing. Now this link will work uh, for throughout the week actually. You don't have to create a new link every day. Okay, so what you can do is like no, you can copy this link. Okay, yeah, Meet ID, and go to classroom, and you can post this link and tell student that this link will be there for therefore for full week or for from if they from Monday to Friday, whatever is there, right? So you don't have to create a separate link here. If your lecture timing at the same time, actually. Same day, I mean same timing actually. Fine. Just simple. If I have 3 lectures in a week at different times, so can I use same link for lecture? No, Amanat sir. If you have 3 lectures in a week but at a different time, then you can't use it actually. This is apply only when you have at the same time actually. Then you have to create a 3 different lectures actually. So what you can do is like no, Amanat sir, no, again because you can see this here. Customize. Let me see is customize. No, okay, fine. So Amanat sir, if you have 3 lectures at different time, so what you can do is like no, you create one link here. Okay, puts the other link here. Okay, create a link here. Give the title name, and when your lecture start, okay, go to your Google Calendar, click here, copy the link and paste it. Okay. So what you do? What I recommend strongly recommend to the faculty that you create your Google Calendar here. Is same like your person timetable here. Okay. If a faculty is fortunate enough, if the faculty is fortunate enough, that means the faculty has a lecture at same time. Okay, throughout the week actually. Then they can use these features. Otherwise, you have to create a link separately for each lecture. Okay, so I don't see any questions. Yes. So I guess I cover all the aspect which was required to use Google Meet and Google Classroom. Okay, I'll repeat again what I've explained you. I have explained started with the lecture with the streaming of a video. steaming of a Google Meet video. How do we steam a Google Meet? Why we require to steam a Google Meet video actually? What is the advantage of using steaming and what is the disadvantage of using steaming? Okay, a faculty need to switch on between steaming and Google Meet video both. Google Meet for having conversation with the student, solving the doubt, and seeing how many students are there and taking attendance. Okay, uh, you can take attendance using steaming also. I mean, you can post attendance link in your Google Classroom so that student can fill the link. Suppose your lecture is from 10 to 11, so at the 10:50 you can post a Google Form link to take attendance. Is one way of taking attendance. And second way of taking attendance, I have explained you how do we take attendance using a extension called Meet Attendance. But for Meet Attendance, you need to use supposed to use Google Meet, okay, uh, to take attendance. Then I explain you about DroidCam. Okay, how why we require to use DroidCam actually. Okay, and another alternative for DroidCam is like there is a one digitizer tablet which you can purchase from the market. It costs from 4,000 to 7,000. It's like a seven tablet actually. You connect to your computer or laptop. It's like a notebook only, but it's a digital tab. And for when you're using digital tablet, you don't require a Droid camera or don't require to hold your mobile actually. It's some device you connect to your laptop or your desktop. It's like a notebook, an electronic notebook, and start writing on that tablet actually. So whatever you write on your tablet, it will appear on your screen and it will again a student will be able to see you. But it's a costly, it's cost around 4,000 to 7,000. So if some faculty want to buy it, so they can go ahead with we can go ahead with this the digitizer tablet. If you want, then I'll give you the cost and the what are the different kind of digitizer tablet people are using it actually. In I have seen actually in classes actually. People who teach in class, they're using this tablet actually, because in classes you need to solve a lot of things on your board. So even IIT also, in IIT also they are using this tablet actually. The DroidCam is like we call this Jugaad technologies, like no, where you don't have to pay something now. Somehow we managed to explain to the student using some software which is free. Okay. Uh, Amana sir has asked me something. We'll ask question whenever we come across. Yes, you can come to. I mean, you can approach me anytime. I'll be available. So when your lecture start from 3rd August to 7th August, I'll be free available actually. I'll have dedicated my whole time for solving your doubt. If you have any doubt, we'll meet or Google Classroom. Okay. So this is the second thing I explained you about DroidCam. Third thing I explained you, uh, how do we admit a student automatically? A student which are outside our organizations, not within our organization. Okay, so within our organization is very easy to admit, but the students who are outside our organization, how do we admit it? Okay, so we can admit it using a extension called Meet Auto Admit. Okay, so using this we can admit it. And the fourth thing I explain you, how do we mute all the students in a Google Meet? In a streaming, we don't require to mute a student because we won't able to see any students there. But when you use a Google Meet, you can mute using a mute all on Meet extensions. Using this, you can mute it. Faculties are requested that when you need to train your students, that student need to mute themselves actually. And once you mute, you have to make sure the student, you have to ask the student, till you faculty advise, students are not required to unmute themselves actually. So you need to have one kind of control in case at the last 10 minutes, because when you take a session with the students, when you take attendance, and the students by now every students mute themselves, so there will be a lot of disturbance actually. So make sure that you ask the student that only those students which faculty ask to speak, only those students can unmute themselves. Okay, so you can this feature also. Then I explain you how do we create an assignment and make a copy for each student. So why we require to make a copy for students? Uh, in terms of like if your experiments aim and apart procedure remain the same, so you can post this. The student doesn't have to write the aim and procedure again. Student can only type the code and write the output and again post it back to the uh, teacher. Okay, and then I explain you how to schedule a repeating Google Meet and use the same link. That means if you have the lecture at the same time, then you can use a one Google Meet link and you can use it repeatedly. Okay, fine. Jana ma'am, Thanks, Praveen. Abhijit so much. Okay, fine. Now, last thing I want to tell you something which I spoke to the management. I mean, not management, a higher authority, and all the HODs also. Suppose you are not comfortable using Google Meet. See, by default, you have every faculty has to use Google Classroom for your assignment, for posting assignment or posting experiment, everything. Okay. Suppose you are not comfortable not using Google Meet or Google Streaming actually, because in Google Streaming and Google Meet you need to install a lot of extension actually. No? You need to extend Google Meet extension, that extension. So there is one more thing which you can use, which is called a Geo Meet. Okay. So if some faculty want to take lecture using a Geo Meet, yeah, so you can take a lecture using GeoMeet. And now I don't have to explain you GeoMeet because GeoMeet is like a same like a Zoom Meet, Zoom also, the same feature like Zoom. Okay. You can mute all the students, you can conduct lectures, even you can take attendance also using GeoMeet also. So if some faculty want to use a GeoMeet, they can use a GeoMeet. I won't be explaining you GeoMeet here exactly. If you if you find any difficulty using GeoMeet, you can tell me. Now, the what disadvantage of GeoMeet, what I found actually, if you have some operating system, very old operating system, like I tried to install GeoMeet on Windows XP actually, and I couldn't install on Windows XP actually. So if you have some old configuration, so you might find some difficulty installing GeoMeet on your desktop or on laptop. Okay, so this is one thing I found out when using GeoMeet. So if some faculty want to take a lecture using GeoMeet, they can go ahead with GeoMeet. But I strongly recommend you can use this Google Meet, and streaming is it's a nice feature actually. Because I'm not sure about the GeoMeet will how long it will be free actually, because I know the strategy of Geo actually. It will be free for some time and then it will start charging. But Google will won't charge for Google Meet and Google Classroom because it's absolutely free for education institute. So it will remain for free for throughout. But I'm not sure about the Geo Meet actually. So if some faculty want to use the Geo Meet, they can go ahead and use it Geo Meet here. Okay, fine. So fine. So if any other questions, you can have. So you can post here. I can solve your. If, yeah, fine. So if any faculties have any other questions regarding this, anything, what is it? Whatever they're in your mind actually. I'm just waiting for some questions here. Post here. Okay, fine. Wait. I just forgot to mention in one important extension actually. This it came to my mind actually. I'm sorry I didn't mention actually this. Uh, okay, fine. So that extension is. Let me start one important extension which I forgot. Now look at this extension here. You can see this. Okay. The name of this extension is Node Reaction for Google Meet. Very important. Node Reaction for Google Meet. Now this extension need to be installed at both the end, the teacher's end also and at the student's end also. Suppose if you are saying something and you're giving lecture, and then student can click on this button, and give thumbs up to you. Okay, so you can okay fine thumbs up. Or suppose students want to laugh at your lecture actually, or something you correct some jokes and student want to laugh, so student can click on this also. Okay, suppose student have any doubt. Okay, now this doubt student cannot have a doubt in streaming actually, because student in streaming you can't see a student. Suppose you start a Google Meet, and in a Google Meet there are if you are around 200 students, so how do you know which students have a doubt actually? So student need to install this and student need to click on this. So this is called Pravin raised their hand. Okay, okay. So Pravin has raised their hand actually, and so we can find out Pravin has some question actually. So you can go to Pravin, okay, and unmute Pravin, and you can ask the question. What question you have actually? So this is a very important feature. Again, I'll repeat what is the extension name is. Name is extension is Node Reaction for Google Meet. You can see this, I guess. NOD Reaction for Google Meet. So, but then you need to ask the student to install this extension on their browser actually, and simultaneously you need to install it to your laptop also. So, if you want to student to use this extension, which is called Node Reaction for Google Meet. Okay, fine. So I don't see any questions here. So if you permit me, if faculty permit me, they can I can end my lectures here. Uh, I can go ahead actually. Or if you have any other question, you can post here. Okay. So again, the important features like I saying that very important is like you can record your lecture actually. So it will reduce a lot of. I mean, you can record your lecture because this full week is there. You can record your lecture and then you can play actually uh, when your lecture is scheduled in the month of August actually. But very important point is like did no, I did had a meeting with the authority. I said, "Okay, what if I want to play a lecture of 1 hour?" But the authority said, "No, it's like make sure that you have an interaction with the students at the end of the lecture actually." In worst case scenario, suppose you are not able. Uh, Here we can solve the problem of assisting the lecture. Suppose you are going out on particular day actually. So you can record your lectures uh, and play it, and that interactive session you can take it later actually, maybe day after tomorrow, or maybe at the end of the week and somewhere else when you're free. Suppose you're going somewhere out and you are not want to, you are not available actually. So you can take a now. How do you play a recorded video actually? Suppose so what you can do is like now you can share your email ID to your colleague, and your colleague can play your recorded video actually. So you'll actively play. So you don't have to physically present actually. So you need to take the permission from HODs and you play a lecture, and the next time you can have a interactive session with the uh, students actually. So here we can solve the doubt, where we need to where previously where faculty were not present, then we need to adjust a lecture. This is how you can adjust a lecture actually. You don't have to adjust a lecture. You need to record your lecture and then play it actually. Okay, fine. So I guess yeah. So Abhijit Somanath sir said, can you share all the extension list? Okay, fine. So I guess in the last lecture I explained you what are the extension list. These are the important extension lists. You can copy it. DroidCam, Meet Auto Admit. DroidCam is not an extension. It's a software. Meet Auto Admit. Meet all on Meet. Okay, and okay. So I'll copy this extension here. Format font. Let me see. Yeah. So I guess you can see my desktop here and laptop actually. Mute Auto Admit. Mute all Meet. Amazing custom cursor, you can avoid this because I explained you some amazing, some my cursor meet attendance, Google Meet easy mute, Google Meet lead view, no reaction for Google Meet, Jamboard which I explained you, Canvas. Okay, and very important which I didn't explain actually. This is called tactic spins for Google Meet. This extension, uh, is used to see when very important. I'll explain you here. Fine. So when you start a Google Meet here, yeah. So when you start a Google Meet and when you click on turn on caption actually. So when you okay, I'll speak hello, 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 hello. Okay. So when you click on turn on caption and when you record your lecture, okay. Uh, so when you record lecture and when you play your recording video actually, you're able to see the you from text which is converted from speech to text. So if you want to record or you want to is like have a copy of your text which is converted from your voice to text. So you can use this extension which is called as tactic pins for Google Meet. Okay, it will take some time which therefore I didn't explain you, but you can try this extension which will save your uh, content actually. Whatever you speak, it will convert it into a text, and that text will be saved by this in this extension tactic pins for Google Meet. Live streaming here. Okay, fine. Let me see. Okay. Jay Mariusen, thank you, sir. Kindly request you to mail those extensions on your official name ID. Okay, fine. So, Hemangi ma'am, I'll make sure that I'll I'll mail you uh, all your extensions on your email ID. So fine. So if you any this, if you any other questions, do let me know. Mm, can I request you to mail those extensions? Okay, of course I'm going to mail all the extensions to you, to all the faculties on their official email ID. Any other questions if you have? Okay, fine. So I'll end my uh, conversation here. Thank you so much for attending this. I guess every faculty is capable enough for explaining this feature. Actually, I got this opportunity to explain. Anyone can explain better than me actually what I explain actually. So thank you for patiently listening to my lecture. I am grateful to you, and it's an honor and privilege to have you all and attending my session actually. Thank you very much. ओके हाँ वो अभी बोल सकते हो आप नहीं अभी बोल सकते हो ठीक है फीडबैक आ रहा है
क्यों टेंशन क्यों आ रहा है तेरे को? किसको भी टेंशन आ रहा है तेरे को ऐसा कर रहा है तेरे को टेंशन हाँ क्या हो गया किस चीज का टेंशन आ रहा है तेरे को